What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy Peanut Keith. We back with another banger today. As you can see by the title, we're gonna be reacting to Kendrick Lamar, his dark past. I ain't never knew this side of him. I seen like a little clip of this video and I was reading the comments. They saying he was a goon coming up. I ain't know he really was, you know what I'm saying, that field. So we about to react to this video, see what they talking about, and see what's going on, man. Let's jump right into it.
Kendrick was walking with me. I just felt knuckles go bam. Hit me in the back of the head. Kendrick was like, hey! And he fighting with like two dudes.
I see this nigga Dave and K-Dot chasing the nigga. They jump a nigga.
He thought I was somebody else, bro. He low-key tried to press me. See, Kendrick grew up in the hood. Like, really grew up in the hood.
What's Kendrick name on that side?
The good kid in a mad city. This phrase, often used to describe Kendrick himself, paints a picture of someone surrounded by chaos.
It do be the short niggas, though, who be really on some shit, so this shit might be true.
But remaining untouched by it. However, this isn't the real story. For one, the title Good Kid, Mad City isn't just about Kendrick. It represents every kid who grew up in Compton. Not just those who avoided gang life, but every single child shaped by their environment.
The half of the story of kids in Compton is just basically good kids in a mad city.
I feel that we all good kids in a mad city. You know what I mean? It all stems from being a kid, and it's just the shit you exposed to. You know what I mean? I was exposed to it too.
No one is born evil. It's the circumstances and environments we grow up in that mold us. The album captures this universal experience, reflecting on how good people can be pushed to do terrible things. Kendrick, like many others from his neighborhood, did some of these terrible things.
I don't think they really understand the story all the way. As far as I put out there, I'm just the good kid in the mad city. You know what I mean? I put out the positive out there, but they don't know the negatives I had to go through yet. I told them.
That's kind of different. Usually rappers be putting out like the negativity off the rip for fucking clout. They be talking about how they shot this person, that person. I thought he was just like some lyricist type nigga before I started listening to his music, but over the years you start to realize like where the nigga grew up at.
I went to school and I got straight A's, but I didn't tell them that I was out there with the streets, in the streets with the homies.
Kendrick was like supposed to be a nerd or just a regular guy. Now all of a sudden he's like a gangbanger or some shit like that. Like
the idea that you have to actively join a gang to face violence or life-threatening situations is laughable. Even if Kendrick has never raised the flag, that wouldn't mean he wasn't deeply affected by the chaos he grew up around. We all know K-Dot grew up in a dangerous Piru neighborhood in Compton, surrounded by gang culture and violence. His father moved the family to Compton after Kendrick's mother gave him an ultimatum to leave the streets. But the city of Compton turned out to be just as dangerous as Chicago. Despite their efforts to shield Kendrick, the reality of gang life was unavoidable.
Hey kid, where the pump at, nigga? Don't let me go get that. Go get the pump. Go get the pump. It's a couple thing.
Death and loss were constants in his world. By the time he was 8 years old, he had witnessed 2 murders.
Damn, man.
And as a teenager, Kendrick felt the pull of the streets.
2 murders at 8 is fucking crazy, bro. He gotta be traumatized from that shit. You 8 years old, you see 2 niggas get killed in front of you.
His father, after recognizing where Kendrick was headed and seeing the kind of company he kept, had a serious conversation with him.
This is a legendary movie.
My father said, "I don't want you to be like me." I couldn't grasp it at the time. He told me about his mistakes and warned me not to make the same ones. His father was a street dude, and now he was seeing his son heading down the same destructive path.
The sad shit is, that's probably like 99% of the fucking black culture. Niggas pop really be in the street, end up going to jail, getting killed, and you grow up without your dad. That shit like a cycle over and over and over again. It's very rare you see 2 fucking, like mom and dad still together for like years and years.
Path. So he tried all he could to steer his son in the right direction. But still, the pressures of the streets were too strong.
That man knew a lot, but not enough to keep me past them streets. Kendrick, where you at?
My pops was still, you know what I mean, bumping his head too, but at the same time, he always had so much of a love for me. He'd give me the wisdom in the game to say, you know what, I did that, don't do that. And sometimes he could stop it, sometimes he couldn't, because I still had my friends surrounding me in the community.
Lil L, Kendrick's best friend since elementary school, represents the Piru set. He became widely known after appearing in noisy Compton. L's life has been turbulent, marked by time in and out of jail since his teens. His mother's addiction to crack during his early years left him reliant on care from others in the community. Jason Keaton is another one of his close childhood friends. He lost his mother in the 6th grade, and by the time he was 14, he was fully immersed in the West Side Piru gang. In 2007, Jason was sentenced to 21 years in prison. After he got arrested, he asked Kendrick to look after his younger brother, Chad. Tragically, Chad was killed in a drive-by shooting in 2013, leaving Jason with immense guilt for introducing his brother.
21 years is fucking crazy. Niggas be spending more time in jail than they fucking spend on the streets, bro. Half their life be in jail. So when they come home, they mentally still be in jail. They just free, like physically, but mentally they still in jail. That's why they don't give a fuck about going back. Half the niggas you see that come home from doing long ass bills be right back in there like a year later. It's like, how can you blame them? They've been in there their whole life. That's all they know.
Brother to the gang lifestyle. Kendrick also felt guilty for being unable to protect Chad as he had promised.
I felt more safer in Afghanistan than I did what I do here. It's constantly, you have to watch cars going up and down your street. When you walk outside your house, you want to see who's out there before you step too far outside your front door now.
That's real shit.
Chad was a really hard one for Kendrick. It was really hard for him because Chad was like younger than us, you know, like a little bro.
J-Man, another childhood friend, faced a similar fate.
My big brother was from the hood, you know what I'm saying? So his name J-Man, you know what I'm saying? A member affiliated with a known gang. He found himself going to prison for 25 years. Feel me? I ain't had no daddy or no mama at the time, you feel me? So all I had was the hood.
Some of his other childhood friends are Lil Ducky, J Real, and Yang Yang. Ducky recently just finished a 10-year prison sentence.
Fam, about that Pyro, niggas do 2 summers of participation. Bitch, I went 25 summers straight. I've been knowing this nigga Kendrick on my son life. On my son life. I've been knowing this nigga since this, nigga. Yes. On my son, nigga. Yeah. No cap, nigga.
J Real and Yang Yang are mentioned in Kendrick's song Mad City and have appeared in his music videos. However, there isn't much information about them. G-Weed is someone who he calls his big homie. He's currently doing 11 years in prison.
Damn.
Everyone I've mentioned...
Fuck, everybody who hang around him got over 10 years in jail. Golly. One nigga got 21, 25, 11. That's a bad fucking jump.
So far, all falls under the West Side Pyrus. Unlike his friends, Kendrick had the stability of a father who provided guidance and a mother who avoided addiction. Despite this, he didn't shy away from joining his friends in their activities. They smoked, drank, committed petty and serious crimes, fought rival neighborhood kids. He was even banging the set for a time. Here's the thing about gangbanging. I was born in that area, where you have to be affiliated. Gangs is my family. I grew up with them. Everything from Good Kid, Mad City actually happened to him.
Kendrick's been making Good Kid, Mad City since I know him. So for me, it was like, all those stories, it was just like, you know, finally, people get to hear the truth, you know what I'm saying?
Did you really meet a woman in a shopping center? Or did that actually happen?
Yeah, definitely. It was us being depressed because something just happened to our homeboy, tragic.
Right, yeah.
And, you know, when we got confronted by this lady inside of a shopping center, that was the actual moment that really transpired, you know, to me actually making a change in my life. Drinking habits, you'll see when I have. Yeah. You'll see smoking habits. That was me.
You?
That the guy laced.
Oh.
The reason why I don't smoke, and it's in that album.
Oh, who's the motherfucker that laced your shit?
It's in the story.
Sing About Me is definitely a true song. My partner talking to me, speaking on the story how I was there, you know, when his brother passed, and I got to watch him take his last breath. Him, you know, respecting I was down for his brother no matter how much they called him a delinquent. And if I happen to pass before your album drop, I want you to tell this story. Sing about me. Make sure you sing about me. And he definitely passed too.
When he was 15, he got stomped out. And this wasn't the only time this happened. It's almost normal when you're from where he's from. For example, Kendrick has a child of...
I got stomped out one fucking time. I will never let that happen again. Bunch of niggas that stump you the fuck out. There ain't nothing you can do. Hell no.
And he started rapping with named Antonio, a.k.a. Cannon.
Do you know a guy called Cannon?
My dude Antonio.
Here's a clip of him telling a story of when he and Kendrick were attacked and had to fight a group of dudes.
We were walking to the swap meet to get some t-shirts or whatever, and these dudes were like, hey, where you from? And I just walked out. Kendrick was walking with me. And then I just felt knuckles go, bah! Hit me in the back of the head. And I'm like, I spun around and clipped him on the chin. Kendrick was like, hey! And he fighting with like 2 dudes. I don't know what came over us. We turned into like wild Tasmania Devils or something, because we was able to beat up 4 dudes with just 2 of us, and we both short.
This nigga Kendrick like 5'5". How the fuck he beat up 4 niggas? Well, 2 niggas, and then I guess it's only had 2 niggas. That's kind of crazy. They beat the short niggas, though. They got some type short niggas.
That just had us like, y'all not about to just pick on us and beat us up. Like, nah, that's not happening.
Eventually, Kendrick started to realize how lucky he was. He had everything his friends didn't. Loving and supporting parents, and a talent that could help him escape his environment. At the same time, he was also starting to see the consequences of their choices.
I was probably the only one in America probably with an actual active father in his life. I don't know.
That's real.
Well, at least in Compton.
Niggas
I bumped my head a few times, but what they didn't have, what I had was somebody to say, all right, you bumped your head, now you see what happened? You in back of a police car. See what happened? You at the station.
In one interview, Kendrick recalled picking up his best friend Lil L and pleading with him to join him at the studio. But L refused, saying that he had to put in work and do his thing. Hours later, he was arrested. What struck him most was the realization that if he hadn't been in the studio, he would have definitely been with L, committing the same crime.
Damn.
And he'd likely have gone to jail too.
Shit happened for a reason.
From that moment on, their paths diverged. In a 2011 interview, Kendrick admitted he was almost sent to prison himself. He had been arrested and often faced dangerous encounters with police. To this day, Kendrick avoids sharing specifics about that period of his life. He knows how people fixate on negativity, and he doesn't want to glorify a lifestyle that destroyed so many of his loved ones. Instead, he's committed to being a voice of change.
You know, when you think of Compton, all you think about, glorifying street violence. Me coming from the area and, seeing all my uncles and really seeing that lifestyle, I wanted to, bring something different to the table.
And from Compton, I could have easily came out and said, I did this, I did that. I done killed a whole bunch of niggas. I done, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather talk about something a little bit more deeper than that.
Different, though.
The reasons and the problem and the solutions behind it.
He sees his...
Like I said, before the Drake beef, I wasn't the biggest Kendrick fan, but over the couple months, I'm starting to fuck with him. Like, him as a person, his music, the shit actually fire. I'm not a lyricist type of person who listen to lyricists all day, but he got some hits, bro. He got some shit you could vibe to. He got some shit you could, like, way he rapping. He definitely hard. Now, watching this, I definitely see him from a different perspective. I didn't know he came from that type of background.
Role as a person who's showing a better path, even though the darkness of his past still seeps into his music and words. This is the side of himself he tries to hide from the public, the hard-headed shadow self, as his partner Dave Free calls it. In a 2022 W Magazine interview, Dave reflected on the side of Kendrick. Those moments when we would get impressed, or me seeing that side of Kendrick which people don't know. I've seen that side of him where he'd be a poet in one moment, but then he'd be protecting himself or his family. Through it all, Kendrick chose to rise above. Most of his friends didn't get that chance, and that's why he refuses to romanticize the streets.
First off, RP to my nigga S Braze, my nigga Chad, and my big homie Pub. I do it for them, but that shit hurted when they took my niggas away from me, man. Shit, all of them died gunshots. Got killed.
When a person takes somebody you love, you feel like you want to go get some revenge, you know what I'm saying? Like, seeing him battle with that on the road was, like, hard because it's, like, it was real. It's, like...
Forgiving his friend's killers was an emotional burden, made heavier by the guilt of leaving his friends that were trapped back home.
Down there impossible.
His friend Jimmy was shot in the head and then right off to sent to prison for 11 years. Another friend from the neighborhood, Key Richards, was killed a few years ago. He gave him a little tribute while he was performing on SNL. Because of all the people he's lost, he has made it a priority to uplift his community and give back to those he grew up with that are still around. While Jason was incarcerated, he went back to school and got a degree. He also wrote 2 books behind bars that Kendrick promoted while performing on SNL.
Bro, y'all really be having niggas come home on some shit, like on top of their game, bro. You got half of niggas come home, they become millionaires. Look at Wallow. There's a couple other niggas I be seeing on Instagram. They did a long time when y'all came on, now they millionaires. Niggas be learning. I'm telling you, the hood got some of the most talented niggas, bro. It's just no opportunity, so niggas be crashing out and doing what they can to make money. You give niggas more opportunity in the hood, bro, I guarantee you, you will see a lot more millionaires, billionaires, all types. So we got some of the most talented people, bro. There's no opportunity, bro. So niggas be like, only option is to sell drugs or rob, do this. Should be sad.
SNL. During that same performance, he celebrated Lil L finally getting his passport, meaning he could go on tour with them. Since L has been out of prison in 2019, he's been working at PG Lang. He's also being put through school by Kendrick for an executive position that's waiting for him when he's done.
Right now, he put me through executive school and shit. It ain't nothing to play. I gotta stay 100% focused.
Kendrick and Dave be on my ass about going to the hood, and it's like, you know, they don't want a nigga in jail, so I understand what they saying. Shit, I be in 5-star hotels with them, like, you know, going to the studios with them out of town, like, you know, certain shit that I don't broadcast because, you know.
That's tough, bro. He changed all his homies' life. That's tough.
J. Rio, Ducky, and Richie also work at the company.
That nigga like fucking Gary P.
I'm sure like Lil L, there are plans to get them...
Yeah, look at Gary P.
J. Rio, Ducky, and Richie
nigga got Gary P. and Rio.
Also work at the company. I'm sure like Lil L, there are plans to get them set up long term. He's also looked out for his childhood friend J-Man's little brother Hitter, most recently putting him on GNX. He has created a supportive environment, proving that it's possible to rise above circumstances and inspire change.
I fuck with Kendrick, I ain't gonna lie. After watching this, I seen him from a whole different perspective, bro. He one of them ones. His music hard, bro. Him as a person, putting all his homies on, that's tough, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Putting his hood on, that's hard. A lot of people leave and say fuck everybody. I mean, sometimes you gotta do that, but from where he came from and the people he grew up with, bro, seemed like they was close. So he like, I'm putting everybody on. His homie came from jail. He put him in school. That's hard. That's tough, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with Kendrick 10 times more now, man. If you made it this far, man, you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, recommend some more videos. Go watch my recent videos, man. We trying to go up. We close to 1K subscribers. We at 803. We almost got them watch time hours too, so keep watching, keep tuning in, man. Keep recommending the videos. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace.